Hello and welcome to the very first episode of The World in Memes. Today we'll be looking at Serbia with me, your host, the Internet Traveler, also known as Hendrik Stradom. But today we have a bit of a controversial country we're going to look at. We're going to look at the country that is Serbia, a Balkan country, former Yugoslav country. And the reason this video is going to be controversial is because of one country, or not even a country really. If it depends on who you ask. If you ask a Serbian, they'll tell you it's not a country, it's just a part of Serbia. But if you ask a Kosovan, they'll tell you they are a completely different country. So as you might be aware, this place is called Kosovo, and this is the biggest, most controversial topic in the whole of Serbia, and the reason for conflict with other nations maybe. As you can see here, other neighboring countries like the USA and Canada and Netherlands and Belgium get along quite well, but then you look at the neighboring Balkan countries and they want to have a go at one another. Just to clarify and go into it in more detail, Serbia has got a bit of a bad relationship with some of the countries around it, because on the 24th of July 2008, it was like EU summer, they had to vote if Kosovo was a different country than Serbia, wara, and some of the neighboring countries, if not all of them, voted in Kosovo's favor, and Serbia expelled all diplomatic representations of all neighboring countries that recognized Kosovo's independence. Like, for example, with Croatia. And they've got a bit of tension going back to the 90s as well, with the Croatian War on Independence. Not all Croatians would like the Serbians, and not all Serbians would like the Croatians because of this. The same can be said because of the Srebrenica genocide that happened near the border with Bosnia and Herzegovina, that the Serbians fought on the Bosnians. However, they have got a more friendly relationship with Macedonia, Montenegro, that we'll get to a bit later, Bulgaria, and other non-Balkan or former Yugoslav nations like Hungary and Romania. Okay, but to get back to Montenegro, in 2005, Serbia became a different entity from Serbia and Montenegro, because up to 2005, after the fall of the Yugoslav Republic, Montenegro and Serbia formed their own country called Serbia and Montenegro. But they held a referendum because the Serbians, or actually the Montenegrins, felt that they were a separate ethnic group than the Serbians, and thus they voted to have their own country called Montenegro, and thus Montenegro and Serbia split up, but they still maintain good relationships. And the relationship with other countries like Bosnia and Herzegovina and Croatia has increased in recent years, but it's still a bit of a touchy subject if you mention their relationship with Albania. It doesn't even really bother them if you consider Kosovo a different entity from Serbia, but Serbia believes Kosovo is Serbia, so according to them, they bother Albania. And the reason for the tension with Albania is because, just like Kosovo, Albania is a predominantly Muslim country. And Kosovans, they've got family in Albania. Albania have got family in Kosovo. Kosovans, lots of them speak Albanian at home. So they've got a lot of similarities. Like Kosovans and Albanians are a lot closer than Serbians and Kosovans might be. So you could say or predict with this information in mind that Albania is pro-Kosovo and Serbia doesn't want any of this. So yeah, there's a bit of tension between these two countries because of that. So yeah, as I said, if you say Kosovo is Serbia, you're going to upset a bit of, or a few Kosovans. But if you say that Kosovo is a different entity than from Serbia actually, then Serbians are going to get mad at you. So this is a very difficult topic to master. But just look at this meme. I absolutely love this meme. I feel like this meme, like that we got from there at the bottom right, should be more frequently used. Like I made a few meme examples just to take a break from Serbia for a while. Like just look at this quality meme I made here. Me, my friends, texting my ex. Me, beer, good decisions. Me, my bank balance, and having a social life. Okay, but to get back to Serbia. Yeah, so this is a very controversial subject. Serbians believe Kosovo is part of them. Kosovans believe they're a different entity. As you can see here, the Serbians don't want any of this Kosovo stuff. They want to call it the autonomous province of Kosovo and Metohija. That is part of Serbia. They don't want any of this independent Kosovo stuff. Kosovo wants to be independent. So yeah, very, very controversial subject to start off with actually. So yeah. Now to get away from all of this tension and stuff, let's get into some more fun facts about Serbia. The capital city of Serbia is, just look at this meme and you'll guess. I have a bell, I have a grade. Belgrade. Yeah, the capital of Serbia is in fact Belgrade. And yeah, with that meme I won the award of the worst meme of all time. Awards. Just look at that double chin, yo. The reason I grew a beard was to hide my double chin, but like this beard only looks like it accentuated my double chin. Yeah, I've got more geographic lines than the whole of the Netherlands. And the winner of the Worst Beard of 2018 award goes to me. Okay, but back to Serbia. Like you can see here, if I want to walk to Serbia, it will take me 92 days and 6 hours. And Google even had the audacity to say that I have to jam through the traffic jams listening to Google Maps. And I've never heard of a person stuck in a traffic jam walking. Yeah, that's like incredible. Great advertisement, Google, as if you thought that I'm really going to walk to Serbia. The audacity, eh? But yeah. Serbia is home to 7 million people, one of them being Novak Djokovic. So basically they have this amount of people, roughly, and Novak Djokovic. And then if you break down the population, 85% of the population will be ethnic Serbs, and the rest would be a make-up of various other groups like Hungarians, the Romani or Roma people, Bosniaks, and other groups. And I reckon, yeah, with other groups, yeah, it might be a few Bosnians and Kosovans, but they don't want to mention it. And then, interestingly enough, 85% of the country belongs to the Serbian Orthodox Church. Around 3% are Muslims. The rest belong to other groups like Catholics, some Protestants from neighboring Hungary mostly. And interestingly enough, only 1.1% of the entire population is atheist, making this one of the most religious countries in the world and like right at the top in Europe if these census results are accurate. And then an interesting fact about Serbia as well is that it's got one of the lowest fertility rates in the world at 1.43%. And this is actually very surprising because like Serbians have some of the most beautiful woman in the world. Like, do yourself a favor and go Google a woman like Bojana Krismanovic. She's absolutely beautiful. If you could be able to spell it, that is. Yeah. Another interesting fact about Serbia is that they are ranked 54th on the World Peace Index, and that might come as a surprise with the whole Kosovo incidences, but yeah, Serbia is normally neutral when it comes to conflicts, and I believe it's only 28,000 people in the entire army of the country, so that's not that big. You would expect a lot more of everything going on, but it's quite actually peaceful. So yeah, that surprised me as well. And now for things to do in Serbia. If you go Google things to do in Serbia, you'll basically just find the one monastery after the other. Like, I don't know what's it with Serbia. They just have a bunch of monasteries. Some other interesting stuff to do would be like visiting the Belgrade Zoo to go see the white lion cubs. You can go to the town of Kikinda to go see or spot one of the 145 highly endangered long-eared owls that live there. And yeah, now for some fun facts about Serbia. First of all, there are talks that Serbia might join the EU by 2025. Interesting news. The weather in the country is actually quite good, with the most rain in Belgrade coming in the months of December and January, but it kind of rains frequently throughout the year, just more in December and January. Like, it's also climate is quite good actually. Like, the coldest temperature ever recorded was like -40, and the highest temperature ever recorded was 45. So that tells you this place can get hot, it can get cold. But like in the winter, I believe like the average temperature or low temperature in Belgrade is like -1.1%, and then the summer, like, they get like mid to high 20s maximum temperature. So not too cold, not too warm. It's not like Abu Dhabi warm, and it's also not Greenland or Iceland cold. So it's good to visit year round. It won't be too cold or too hot. Then another fun fact is poor waste management is a big problem in the country of Serbia, with only 15% of all waste being reused, and this is some of the lowest statistics in all of Europe. As for politics, Serbia is a parliamentary republic with a legislative, executive, and judiciary branch. Yeah, judiciary. It's so difficult to say. Okay, and then a very fun fact, and this is quite surprising. Serbia is the second largest producer of raspberries. Did you even know that raspberries have a P in them in the word? But Serbia is the second largest producer of raspberries in the world. And yeah, I've got some conflicting knowledge. Some sources say they're the biggest producer of raspberries, others say they're the second biggest. But yeah, just get it. Serbia makes a lot of raspberries with a P. Another fun fact is most surnames end with IC. And the word vampire is the only word of the Serbian language that is commonly used in English. Quite interesting. And a very, very interesting and maybe not so surprising fact, but somehow surprising if you take into consideration how religious Serbia is that they are the 12th largest consumer of alcohol per capita in the entire world.